Hi, I'm Luke Cerveld. Welcome to another episode of Meet the Gaffer. Today we're back in an interview situation, two cameras. We've got one straight on and then one about 30 degrees off. Just shooting into white, 12-foot white seamless. No big deal. However, sometimes it can be a little dance to get that side shot in order to see two eyes, like just seeing this far eye a little. And so I thought I will just show you a little bit about how we did that overlap-wise, and then also talk about how we brought the lighting together. So the issue often is that you can get this one wide shot, but to get the side shot and get two eyes on that angle, you have to marry up the seamlesses and in such a way that's a little awkward. So I'll show you a little detail of how we did that up on top. But we worked it out here, and then let's just talk about how we lit this. So for starters, I wanted to put up a key, but I wanted to keep it off the background. So if you look at that, there's your key. And now you could bring that up close to your subject, but then often it's going to fall on your background. So I wanted to separate it out, not hit the background, so I could light the background separately, because they wanted two different looks on the background. They wanted a brighter look and a different look. So ended up pushing the key further and further back. Then it got pretty sidey, like it is now, you can tell. It's a 1200C into a DOP choice 5-foot octa with a snap grid. We ended up putting a 6x wag and a 8x wag to kind of make this tunnel for this key, so it's just on our person and keep it off of our background without getting the flags into our second shot on the second background. All right, so we had that going. Then we added a backlight. So this happens to be a DOP choice 3-foot octa in a rabbit rounder, and the unit we're using is the new Prolycht Orion 675 FS. So that's coming as our backlight, and then added a scratch. So here is an edge light, and that's a Kino 850 Celeb. Got it way back, so it's just coming around, just a little edge there. Haven't seen it on me. This is set for someone else, so it may not look good on me, but here we go. And then that's still, there's not enough front light here. You can hardly see the person. And so we added a little fill, and that is a Nanlite 720B up into a 6x Ultra Bounce, but we needed to keep that off our backgrounds as well. So there's an 8x Ultra, keeping that off of our main background. It may be hitting our further background here, but not that much. And then we added our background lights. Okay, so this is two Freestyle 31s, two Freestyle 41s, sort of top and bottom, giving our glows onto the background. But they didn't want a full white. And so we have just from the bottom, from above, light that we brought in for the tone that the client wanted. But still, you've got a fill, you've got a key, but you still need a little front pop, something. And so we added an eye light, and that is an Amaran F22C. And the nice thing about this is that there is a little dongle where you can fit this into your DMX world. And then with the firmware update, it opens up profiles, so it's working just like a Nova. Awesome. So we could fit that all together. The funny thing is that almost all of these lights, except for the Nanlite 720B, all these lights are full color capable. So instead of the sort of straightforward background here, and I'll show you where the bright look is. So this is the bright look, so the white is just a little bit brighter. But for yucks, I thought I'd run this by the client too. We did a color version. Now, you can start playing around with your settings with color, You keep it subtle, keep it, make it vibrant, whatever. But anyway, this was our setup today. It's very straightforward. It's pretty simple in a way, but you can give it some life if you like. Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. There's a few things I'd like to talk about. One is that I could have easily replaced that Nanlite 720B with a Lightstorm 600C. And then all the units would have been full color. That I should have done that. And I should have topped off that bounce, that fill light, to keep light off of that second seamless. That would have been easy. But the other thing is this sort of tunnel that was created for the key. Looking back at it, I'm thinking like, when I'm in that stage and I have the full cove, that's when I would use that sort of larger light to start off the key work. But with seamless, I'd probably use a lesser, I'd probably be using that 850 Celeb or something like that, sort of a smaller output unit closer, and then that would fall off and not hit the background so much. Here I was using seamless in a stage, and because the stage was painted green, we didn't use it as white. We just had it curtained off and then started with seamless, and I kind of approached it differently than I normally do by making that, sort of bringing the key back and making that tunnel. So yeah, it was just kind of odd, kind of different, and actually kind of fun. And when you see all those different lights turn on and off, it does kind of come together.